Audio seemed fine on your...
Yeah, seemed it.
Okay.
The Ace Attorney audio was a little quiet, and so was Phil, but I just upped that.
Right.
And, well, I suppose anybody will let us know if the audio is off.
Yep. Alright, so...
So we're playing The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which
Yeah.
both of the games re-released. And I have no idea, over the last, 5 years, I have learned absolutely nothing about this game.
But listen to the soundtrack.
Oh, extensively.
All I know is Dom and Catherine have talked a little bit about it because they've been playing through it. I think Dom finished it the other day, actually. But I don't know too terribly much. Just some of the character names and stuff.
I know there's a man named Biff Stroganoff.
I didn't know that one.
That's the only name I know.
Games are the greatest, and
Wow.
Ace Attorney games, so...
Biff
I mean, I thought they were running out of ideas in the last one, but we'll see.
Well,
I mean, Dom,
this is...
I'm pretty sure Dom is of the opinion that these two as a package are is top tier.
Alright, well...
Well, I'm excited. I don't often get new Ace Attorney content.
Nope.
Do we want to make any decisions as to who plays the MC in this game?
I feel like it should probably be you, because you will be the one who's consistently on stream.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. There isn't going to be a narrator because everything is done in first person in this game.
Right.
So, all right, I will be. I was gonna say Japanese, Nick, but Phoenix is always Japanese.
No, he's
Yes.
not. He's from America. What are you talking about?
I mean, he can still be Japanese.
He's from LA. He's 100% American, as are the burgers or whatever they eat. Whatever they call them.
Where's Apollo?
None of it is Japanese.
Where does his ancestors come from? Los Angeles. It's always been there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ancient Los Angeles.
Ancient Los Angeles just looks a lot like ancient Japan.
You know. Just as it is. Alright.
Alright, let's start the adventure. Well, that just brought us to the same menu.
Well, no, we have to do
Slightly different
new
menu.
game.
Yeah, but there was a full screen flash.
Slightly distinct. Oh, look at this bloom.
The Empire of Japan, after opening its doors,
Look at that guy.
cultural transformation brought
Really into
great
his
waves
balloons.
of Western influence.
I wonder if Bones still does the animation for the cutscenes.
Island nation.
Oh wow, everything is really blown out for me
The
for some
revolution
reason.
washed over the land, making life in the capital
Huh.
exciting and unsettling.
Well,
It was a period of
I guess
doesn't-
this will be my
and some
call to anyone watching then that you probably want to go watch the other view of this stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks fine on Twitch, so...
Yeah, it's quite bloomed on the preview.
but for one man,
Not gonna click back onto the
the
window
turbulence
because
of
I might
that era
turn it off.
was just the beginning.
Or I might skip
of
the
an
cutscene.
extraordinary story.
Always have to start out with someone who's clearly not guilty getting pinned. Because no one is guilty in
Episode 1.
this universe. Well,
Good guys are not bad guys in this universe.
Yeah.
Good guys, not bad guys.
There are
Don't
bad
forget.
guys, and they're the ones that do the crime. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just what? How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? I mean,
Bait.
Uh-oh.
you have to put emphasis whenever there's emphasis on a word.
You know.
Ooh, I love... Wow, this looks so much better than the games on 3DS. Where's
Yeah.
their Steam port?
Yeah.
Who wants to be bailiff?
Go on, Phil. Be the bailiff.
Okay,
you can be
sure.
the bailiff.
What?
I'm so disinterested.
That's my bailiff.
Oh, no, nothing.
Save your glares, murderer.
Sorry.
Wow.
That's a very good name.
It's good. It's good.
Let me practice it several times, very quietly, before I say it out loud.
You can do it.
My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Naruhodo.
Yeah.
It's a pun!
Not gonna take that again. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying accident. And now here I am, awaiting my trial.
Trial.
That's enough?
Who's talking? Is that you? Is that someone else?
Ooh, best
Oh.
friend!
I
I know this guy is your best friend.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll,
you
I'll,
best friend.
I'll be the loving, doting best friend who probably will definitely survive. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, definitely won't.
I'm
die or
sure that the
anything.
best friend
There,
will make it.
nothing bad happens to mentor figures in Ace Attorney.
Never.
Never.
He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer.
Wow. And who are you?
Oh no. I have to say a name. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today.
Lawyer.
Why are you surprised? Like,
The
What's a
courtroom.
lawyer?
courtroom. Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue, or I will cut it out with my sword.
No, don't. Anything but that. Technicalities. Look at you, you haven't even graduated yet.
And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave.
Oh.
Right, Ryunosuke?
Says the guy who brought a sword into here. Pretty sure you're not supposed to do that.
No weapons allowed in the courthouse.
Oh, yes, of course. Marry me, sweetie.
What are you apologizing to me for?
Oh, No, I suppose that wasn't my fault.
Wow, how very relatable, though, apologizing for everything.
I was going to say, he's a lot more apologetic than Vedic so far, and no less neurotic.
Yep.
But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry.
Ho, 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 ho.
Yes?
Yeah,
The
every
way
time he laughs
you
now, you have to
laugh,
laugh like
that's
that.
just how I pictured it.
That has to be his laugh now.
There you go again, apologizing.
It's a very All Might laugh.
Yes, it is. Is there a breeze in the building?
I love that he gets this heroic little,
Exclusively
Just
on his
like
headband.
always.
There's a breeze
maybe it's the
exclusively on
flowing
his
headband that makes me think of, a cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes me think of All Might, which he doesn't have. Does he have a cape? He doesn't have a
No, he doesn't have
I think
wait,
he does,
Doesn't he have a
but
cape?
not when you know him. It's like a past thing.
I suddenly
Maybe
am very
it's that he had
unsure.
maybe it's that he had a cape.
All Might, he's the one with the bloodshot eyes, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, All Might has a cape, yeah.
But it's just like always.
Ah,
Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by a student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you?
of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone.
The way you said that.
Especially not the professor I hated.
Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Throw head high.
Do I have to keep holding my tongue too?
Yes.
You
Otherwise,
told
I
the
will
bailiff to
send
hold his
help.
tongue, not you. What are you doing?
You mean...
I believe you. I know you're innocent. Nope, I'm just gonna say you. You are innocent.
You can just say Naruho, though.
Ah, yeah, that works. Naruhodo.
It's just Rinosuke. It's not that hard, come on.
No, but I know I'm going to
Sure, Ninja Ryu.
double guess myself.
I love how the shading on the face really kind of looks like the key illustrations.
Yeah.
Kazuma Asagi, my best friend. Also in his second year at Yume University. He's not even older than me.
He's the same age.
Oh.
But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact.
I'm a dumbass by comparison.
Yes, star on his collar. That's indicative.
Oh, yeah,
of that.
yeah.
I didn't skip past that, I just kept going.
Oh
Uh-oh.
wow,
We should have been reading.
it's not that impressive.
You can bring up the history if you want, I guess.
Oh, yeah. He's even a qualified lawyer.
Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. Yes, indeed. Don't you have to like pass an exam?
Yeah, isn't graduating
licensed?
usually a prerequisite for that kind of thing?
Guys, this is a Phoenix Wrightism.
Yeah.
Listen.
I believe the youngest qualified prosecutor in the series was 17.
Oh, I thought you were
Well,
going to say
then.
they were like 15
Was,
or
and
something.
he hadn't graduated high school yet. But he had already taken the bar exam.
Listen, it's not that impressive.
You're just gonna have to get used to like child prodigies. It's a thing.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Child prodigies and like old people who very much value their perfect records.
Yes.
I've had a perfect record ever since I became a child prodigy.
I was actually born with a gavel in my hand.
My first words were guilty.
Oh, that's right. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. So, they're not very strict on the legalities of me.
So I mean, like,
being
I'm
an
kind of
unlicensed-
one of the best ones just by default.
There aren't many options here.
I'm in the top 10 out of the 9 lawyers certified in this country.
My qualifications don't mean much. Yet.
You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly.
Oh, hello, friends.
3
Welcome to
days
stream.
ago. Oh. You got friends? You got friends in chat?
In my chat at least. If you want better, I guess, game visuals, you can go to sleepy_spinda. No webcam on that side, but
No.
Either way, hello, folks.
Hmm.
We're playing Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
The Great Ace Attorney for the first time.
Yes.
And this is also my first Ace Attorney game, period. So
Yep. I'm a big fan, and these two have not. They played some amount of Ace Attorney, or at least experienced some.
Yeah.
But
And you've talked about it a bunch, so I kind of understand. You've also shared a lot of jokes with it, so I get inside jokes.
The memes are there.
I understand the meme.
Yes, when all this started.
Dom says y'all will like it. If you somehow hate
Congratulations,
it,
Cosmo.
Dom says that if you somehow hate it, he'll get a tattoo.
He'll get a tattoo? Of what?
I don't know. He just says he'll get a tattoo.
How much of a loser you are for not liking it. Look at what? This is 3 days ago, but somehow the art makes him look younger. Or am I just crazy?
Thicker lines? I don't know.
Maybe.
Alright. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're gonna get to study abroad at last. And then maybe you can study a dude.
Wow.
Sorry.
No, I've been dreaming.
Dom says he thinks he looks younger because he's happy.
Oh, listen.
He's not towering over us with his, like, qualifications.
I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court.
A wall.
Amongst the bronze. I may study now.
So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. Long live the British Empire. I'm really happy for you, and proud, as your friend.
Of course, very platonic.
We're studying broads here, after all. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple.
That's just his
Wait,
headband.
his headband, yeah, I was gonna say, is also billowing here too, so you know what? I
The
guess
aura,
the
the aura
mystery.
is what is constantly making it flap like that.
Yes. It's his aura. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes.
Part of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too.
Then come with me.
I thought we were talking about broads.
We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together.
I already love Kazuma.
I'm avoiding a very obvious joke. I'm gonna continue.
It's gonna happen in these games, and you know it, right?
I know.
There's no way it doesn't happen in these games that are going to be set primarily in London.
I know.
If only it were that simple.
I would have to kill someone to be able to do that.
Man, I hate that professor. I can't believe he wouldn't let me go with you. God, I wish I could kill him.
That's you.
Oh dear. Look at the time. I'd better be going. Don't murder any professors while I'm gone.
Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place for a while longer. Gonna finish that tea, dude?
Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then, partner.
Game is right.
Howdy, am I right?
Westerners. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. I put the wrong intonation on that sentence.
It was straight after that.
I was completely...
I mean, well, yes, he did leave the romance straight at 12.
I really need to study an English class. That's when it happened.
I gotta get back to my English class.
All right, Phil.
New character, I guess it's you.
We'll see who it is.
Sogi, May I have a word? Ah! Professor. Got
Ah, we're doing 2 to a screen in this game.
All right, Professor. I didn't know you were coming.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah,
Murder once, maybe twice.
it. That guy. That
that's
guy's
a
the
murderer.
He's
Definitely
the
at least 1 murder under his belt.
Yes.
At least one. Maybe not this one. Well, this case has personal significance to me because I killed him.
And also, he was my rival professor, I guess.
How much do you want to bet, by the way, that the Japanese characters are going to like be more restrained, and then the goofy designs are once we're going to get to the English?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That sounds correct to me.
I believe the bad guy is German.
Can't wait
Oh,
for y'all's reaction to the
sorry.
rest. I'm excited.
Dom can confirm, but I believe Baron von Zieks is German or Austrian.
Well, if I have to get my German language out of me, then...
You might need to play an Austrian vampire, is I guess what I'm saying.
Okay, got it.
There is yeah. Baroque is British,
Ah,
is what Dom says.
well, he just has a very Germanic name.
Cool, got it.
But never mind that for now. Asuki. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers.
To His Excellency's chambers? Why?
He was looking for you before.
I don't like how unmoving he is.
You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision.
He's more unmoving somehow than Asuki, who is equally unmoving.
But it's the
They're both quite
the
stoic.
billowing aura.
Yeah, no, his headband's moving at least, I guess. Seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. It's definitely
Also,
aesthetic
I
and
think he
phonetics,
likes
but they never suggest he's a foreigner. Alright.
Who is this man? Who is that masked man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before.
With that
He was
unchanging face of his.
I see.
Unmoving mask.
I'll go at once then.
A real Mount Rushmore face, that one.
But
Like he barely blinks.
who dis?
As much as I would love to accompany voice her, I cannot be voicing the 2 people on the investigative team, so somebody else has to take her.
All right, then we'll split it up, Phil. I'll be her. I shall accompany you. There's gonna be awkwardness if I have to talk back and forth between myself. All right then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom.
Well, it sure would be convenient for you if something happened to Kazuma.
No, nothing's gonna happen to Kazuma. What are you talking about?
I don't like that they're staring into my soul right now.
Well, at least Kazuma's smiling while he does it.
I would let them stare into my soul all day.
The other individual here seems mildly perturbed by what she's seeing.
Yes, thanks, Kazuma.
Sure. I mean, I don't have any control on the music level. I can turn the game itself up, I guess.
Oh, is the music a little low?
I mean, I can just turn the game up. Dom just said to make sure to have the music turned up because it's 30% of the experience.
It is a banger of a track.
If that's the case, then we can
Here,
go to
let's adjust it on.
yeah, we have to go to the mixer and turn up the Ace Attorney volume real quick.
I mean, I can
Careful.
turn it. Whoa.
You don't want to do it over that screen.
Well, I cannot. It's over that screen, which is rather unfortunate.
He says he thinks you can tweak it in your options, but I can also just turn my end of the stream up as well.
I didn't see a mixer option for the Great Ace Attorney. So let's turn up to maybe 85.
Okay.
Alright, hopefully that's a little louder.
Cool.
Alright. This is awkward. They left me with same face.
Oh my god,
Oh
his
god,
face
different
changed!
face!
If I may.
Yes, sorry?
You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruto, I believe.
I believe that's right.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that's right.
Naruto!
Uh,
My name is Eugene... I wanted to say Mikitoba at first for some reason, but no. Mikotoba. Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at University. I keep mixing vowels around for some reason.
I believe his name is pronounced Mikotoba, and I just know that because of the trailer.
Mikotoba.
Mikotoba.
Eugene Mikotoba.
We will hear that last name on a different character. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. Heard that name from Cosmo before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Cosmo studying abroad.
Asugi has told me about you. You and he are best friends. Sorry. You and he are best friends! I understand.
See, I don't want you guys getting too close. That's why I want him to be studying abroad.
oh my god.
Huh?
As such, I feel you should know.
Know what?
Let me finish. Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asugi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain.
Great Britain?
However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'll have to kill him.
Oh god.
I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again.
Why? What?
As I suspected, you were unaware of this. He has a... Wait, does he have a fan over there? Oh, he's got a fan.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's got a little fan.
I had a feeling Asugi may have chosen not to tell you.
Eh? I don't know what sound to make. I just kind of like the idea that you just hear the ding and that's it.
Yeah. Or you like, every time that happens, you play like the Metal Gear sound effect.
Yes. Seeing ... exclamation point does create a sound in my head when I see it. I just can't replicate it.
Mm. I think it makes the Phoenix Wright ding sound for me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Basically.
I hope they mess around, by the way, with the audio bloops, because they have one for male voices and one for female voices, but I know that in the 3DS games, they would give like really low voices, really low beeps for people with like deep voices.
That's fun.
I wonder if they're gonna mess with that in this game. He agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing?
That's a great question.
The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study.
9 of them?
Yes, 9 of them. And we gotta keep some of them here. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances.
I don't believe it.
Thumb says the objections have different voices.
But I didn't do it, I swear. I'm not a murderer.
I don't believe you. Sure, that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. No government has ever done anything wrong. Exactly. You see, there are certain peculiarities. That's not how you say this word. About today's trial. Peculiarities. There we go.
Sorry? The hell was that?
Peculiarities. Everyone knows. You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. Also, Dom says this case is very important for the games at large, so Def, keep it in mind.
Good job.
I love the new suspense theme.
Ah.
I'm gonna turn our book a lot.
Okay.
But then what should I do?
Well,
Get good.
naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction.
Naturally.
Right, so
So do the opposite of that. As soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense.
I like the English spelling of a bunch of weird words.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah. I was actually just thinking that when I saw defense pop up. I was like, oh, huh. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do.
That's not suspicious.
I do. But what will the question be?
Don't worry about it.
Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you?
No, don't be silly. Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
I like they actually animated that specific bailiff talking so we know it's the left man.
Left bailiff.
Who's bored and hates his job.
It would seem our no, not superstitious. Surreptitious discussions are to be cut short.
How very peculiarly.
Look, English is my native language. I can read it just fine, thank you. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asagi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway.
Wow, that bailiff? That's
Harsh.
the real murderer.
Harsh. The bailiff, yeah. Judge, I think it's the bailiff. Totally
Oh,
impartial.
I would love that.
Very impartial, yes.
I'm trying. The bailiff has been part of the proceedings once or twice, but he's never actually been a character that's mattered.
Well, maybe this is the
This is
time.
it. If this trial goes badly, Cosmo's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial.
Tom says our wild speculation fuels him.
My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny.
Your destiny.
The Destiny's
should we-
Child.
Should we change over to, if Dom is in Phil's stream, should we change over to Phil's stream
Sure.
on the iPads that we can reach out?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you could probably do
Yeah,
a thing
I mean-
where like you have both viewable, like
Yeah, I'll have one up
like
on
the
one,
window,
one on
like
the
over
other.
the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Destiny.
22nd November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Courtroom 2. It's always courtroom 2, even in Japan.
Really. The difference is
Oh my god.
So this
his
is a
eyes.
courtroom.
Sir, you're freaking me out a little bit.
He's obviously the murderer. Look at his eyes.
Ah, yes. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power.
You're extremely nervous. I mean, understandably.
I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Those shadow people. Never
Oh.
liked them.
Those scary shadow people.
Lots of military and other uniforms in there.
Looks like mostly military.
This is such a rad camera angle. I love that they're able to do this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very dynamic.
The powers that be have demanded that this wow, I can definitely speak. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial.
Oh man, the scale and the sunflower is still the same.
Oh.
Yeah. I did notice that on the armband.
I guess the idea is that in Phoenix Wright verse, it just hasn't changed in 200 years.
Mhm.
A secret trial?
A trial that's secret. Obviously.
Cusco's poison.
The trial for Cusco.
A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend.
What? But why?
Because it's secret.
Because it's secret. It'll become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate. It's about to begin.
I'm sorry, who needs to concentrate?
Listen, it's fine. You know,
I can't concentrate unless I know who I'm supposed to be concentrating.
Really? Oh, hey, look at this.
God, it's him.
It's
It's him.
It's him!
I do love the judge.
It's a good
I'm
beard.
not gonna lie.
Does one of you want to do the judge, or should I do the judge?
I'll say I claim one of these two, so I have someone to voice, but otherwise.
I'll say that the judge will be here forever. I'll do what I'm going to guess is a pun on the name Pain,
Alright,
because his name is Pain in every game.
So I'll be
Okay.
judge then?
Yes, the prosecutor will 100% not be here beyond this first trial.
The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruto.
Well, I guess technically this judge probably won't be here,
Yeah, that's fine.
but it'll be a bearded man who will have the same voice.
Yeah. All judges are cloned.
Ouchie!
No.
His name is
That's
Ouchie!
his name?
So in PWs 1 through 3, it was Winston Payne. But then in Dual Destinies, they introduced his brother, Gaspin Payne.
Gaspin thing.
No.
I love
And his
it.
name, he has no. This is a McLovin situation. No. Is it his first name? Is it his last name? No, it's just Ouchie.
His name is Ouchie.
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency!
Fear the might of the Ouchie clan, says Dom.
Yes. As is the defense.
I do!
Before we begin, there was one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate.
That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself.
Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial?
Yeah.
This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? Now that's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, then I have to marry the judge. I need to answer quickly. What should I do? As much as I love entering the wrong answer in Ace Attorney games, wait real quick.
What?
Yeah, let's do
Hey,
it.
there's an audio option right there.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was it doesn't give you a scroller. It's just on or off.
yeah, your audio is, do you want it to happen?
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not audio options, it's audio. What?
Do you want audio of these kinds?
I won't fuck around yet.
Not gonna fuck around and find out?
Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear. Excuse me, I
I
wasn't
wasn't done
finished.
talking, you son of a fuck. His eyes! is the meaning of this unruly outburst?
Like something a murderer would do. I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruto, will be defending myself.
You'll be... What?
What are you playing at, Ryunosuke?
Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now, before the trial.
He did what?
He said that your streams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose.
How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? I chose this phrasing.
That's besides the point, Kazuma. That's not what we're talking about right now.
No, it's not that, really. It's just that... Well, on the off chance things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you...
Couldn't get off? What? Yes.
I'm already half there.
Oh my god.
I knew that's how you feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck nose in business.
He should have pulled his nose.
Should have held his nose closer to his chest.
He should have played his nose closer to the vest.
Yes.
Enough about noses. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel, really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself.
Picture of confidence.
Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all.
Oh, there it is. There's the sweat animation.
In fact, my mind's a complete blank.
I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered.
You stop holding your sword like that.
Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court.
Ah, this animation is great.
You must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed.
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very high standards of conduct are expected of all present. Also,
Yes.
says we're going to be saying this animation.
I was gonna say, I've got it up. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be saying that a lot.
Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo?
Look, some of the art in the old game's a little rough. I will be the first to admit it, but the animations in Ace Attorney have always been killer.
Oh yeah.
Especially the killers.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
Yes.
that's kind of
Your
like...
Excellency.
That's something I've noticed about a lot of Capcom games in general, is they have very good animation. Most of the time.
Yeah, whatever animators they keep locked up in their basement.
Yeah.
Good work.
Oh my god.
It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken.
My competence? What does that mean?
He's questioning your ability to do the job.
Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am.
I wouldn't be so sure. So let's start with the very simplest of questions.
Real quick.
But kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous. I can't even remember that. What was it again?
Yeah, Jordan's
Goodness,
driving
yeah.
this. Yeah. Jordan's in charge.
I'm driving this bus.
I'm just along for the ride.
Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank.
You know me so well.
All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record.
But I can't even find that.
It's on your HUD.
Remember to move the mouse.
Just press the E button.
If
The hell's
you
the
ever
E
find
button?
I was gonna say, if you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there.
I just have to press E for the court record? Alright. There's no time to lose.
Gotta find an E somewhere.
I do enjoy that it is a university collar pin, but it's still the same thing. It's proof that I'm such and such. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Find details about the victims in here. When you're done, just press Z to go back.
Alright,
Oh, sorry,
have a
Z.
good dinner, Dorm.
Good night,
later.
Alright. So he's 23. Okay, so we're actually the same age Phoenix was in the first game.
Cool.
We're not a terribly baby. Eugene Migotaba, that's a rough 42, I'm not gonna lie.
That looks like purposefully died.
Yeah, I mean, he looks, I don't know, he looks fine. It's just, wouldn't have expected all the white already.
What's the first name?
Taketsuchi Ouchi. The lead prosecutor in this case, who would appear to have little love for the changes cultural reformation has brought about.
I'm trying to figure out what the pun with the first.
I don't think there is. I think his name is just Ouchi.
Ah.
John H. Wilson. Victim in this case, he was visiting he's a visiting professor of medicine at Yume University in the British Empire.
Watson is dead?
No, that's Wilson. Which actually is the reason why, if you ever watched House, Wilson is named that because he's based off of Watson.
Yeah, but actually, though, that is probably Watson.
Can't believe
No.
Watson fucking died.
Because we know Watson.
Yeah, who is a little girl
Yes.
in the custody of somebody who is her father.
Oh, that's
Probably.
that might be.
And her name isn't Watson,
Yeah,
it's Wilson.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that probably actually is Watson who died.
Listen, we're connecting dots here.
I can't believe Watson fucking died.
I can't believe I killed that little girl's father.
Oh my god.
Oh, if I'd known he had a family.
Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on.
I'd have killed the family, too.
Find the victim in the people section of the court record. Then press R to present. Try it now. Don't do it. Don't do it.
R for present? Just the slow raising of the hand.
The victim was none other than a victim here, Asan Kasagi.
Objection!
Oh, that's his voice in this one.
Objection!
Oh. Then why was the f***ers looking boy with the billowing headband still standing next to you? Oops.
Oops. Doesn't do that justice. Are you kidding me? Not content with having killed Dr. Wilson, now you're claiming my murder as well?
I haven't killed anyone.
Then concentrate
Oh,
and
he popped the
actually
sword.
read the court record before you answer.
I must say, you are not instilling the court with much confidence here.
Quickly, give him the correct answer before he turns his gavel on you. Find the victim in the people section of the court.
I will do it correct this time. But also I could not do it correct.
No.
Think to keep that.
Yes!
No.
The victim was not Taketsuchi Ouchi.
Then who's the uptight, bespectacled top-knot standing opposite?
Who's the top-knot?
Oh.
Sorry, for some reason that just came out, even though I know what's wrong. Perhaps you're unaware that you're the ancient style sword art.
Oh, wow.
I even played online.
A pathetic little child like you would be sliced to pieces before you even came close to taking my life.
With the sword out, too. I wouldn't provoke that proud Edo spirit. He might draw his blade on you.
Hey, I thought courtroom sparring was supposed to be done with words.
I must say, not instilling the court with much confidence here.
Quickly, give him the correct answer.
Alright.
It says it right there, the victim of this case.
Why is the present not the
Yes!
Don't worry about it.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Legally distinct. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. It's become Miranda, I'm just gonna let it be.
I was going to say, very quickly became Miranda.
Yeah.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago.
Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications! The British Empire
That's a way to start a sentence.
is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations.
I'll be honest, I can't imagine pairing up with any other European powers this century. Certainly not.
There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilled on our soil. You are both undergraduates at Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it.
What baby?
I love the Steam review. That was just, I was worried about the new protagonist not being Phoenix Wright, but it turns out he is just as submissive and breedable as Phoenix Wright was.
Wow. This case is...
I have to agree. So far.
This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter.
In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers.
Yeah, truth to power, Cosma.
Oh my god. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime.
So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities.
Exactly.
Listen.
These peculiarities. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman.
Yes, Dr. Wilson was an English man.
Not anymore, though.
Now he's an English corpse.
Oh my god.
But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime.
Oh, interesting.
Not murdering him.
Definitely not murdering him. It was actually Kazuma that did it.
Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going.
Where are you going with that knife? Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay here and enjoy this place a little longer.
Good, that gives me just enough time to create an alibi. Good idea, after all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Howdy.
Howdy doody there, friends.
The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think.
That I would murder someone from there.
Hey,
Oh my god.
I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. You can tell he's British because he appears to be drinking milk from a wine bottle.
I mean, look at
Is
that
there even
mustache.
anything in there?
I don't know his name, but still, I should go say hello. So I went over to the professor's table
He was already dead. Ah, okay.
and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson.
Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruto.
Oh, I'm not competent yet, okay. Yes, Your Excellency.
Of course you're not, are you kidding me? You got 2 strikes in a row there. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life?
I will try to answer this one correctly unless one of the answers is really fucking funny.
I mean, that's acceptable. State before the court the cause of death.
Cause of death. Well, obviously that was,
Yunosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by
And
evidence.
assertion, both of them.
Both of them.
very peculiarly. By evidence? But how?
Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now. Well, you always have to.
Jeez.
Jeez, Rick.
Well, I sure should have read that before I presented it. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. Bullet does not pass the victim's body.
Huh? Alright.
That clears it up. Well,
He died from blood loss.
according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic.
I like that it's in the, like, special color font, too.
Death due to gunshot trauma. I love his patron's animation.
Yeah.
Read, you imbecile! That's the post-mortem report, I take it.
Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report.
In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way.
Oh, see? As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later.
No, this is a real-life test.
I'm not going to school for anything.
N-
This is the so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly discern, scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
But then it would have passed through.
I think it could have been a shitty bullet.
Done.
Thank you,
I know a lot of
counsel.
shitty guns, shitty bullets back in 18 songs.
Yeah.
Fair.
The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record.
I guess we're not even certain if it was like a rifled bullet. There's no autopsy, so you have no idea what's inside it right now. Except that it made him bleed to death.
And it would have to use gunpowder.
Photographic print for the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail's incredible. Artists should just stop.
Very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Mostly.
Really?
Mostly. I mean, we gotta get this. Let's start the trial.
Certainly, Your Excellency. And so, without further ado, in order to better appraise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was here at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then.
I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind.
The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotopa?
Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant.
Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asuki must not be the defense lawyer in this trial.
He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he?
That sounds like a
Has he?
I don't know.
What is that? What does that mean?
We're not going to be studying broads, are we?
Who says that?
Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma.
Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats.
Is that how they spell rain?
Yeah, like reining a horse, yeah.
Like reining a horse, that's how you would spell it. It's different from reigning like a queen or a king.
Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first.
Wow.
Yeah, stop fucking looking like a gosh dang darn.
Oh,
Ooh, hello. I'm always a sucker for Butler. Oh, not to voice though. I think Phil should do that.
okay.
It looks like the character Henry played in Revolver Falls.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga?
Sounds about right.
Satoru Hosonaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up somewhere.
It's fine, I just have tuberculosis, don't worry about it. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me.
Well, it really should.
Yeah, you know, maybe you should talk to a doctor. Wait, did you kill the doctor?
As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some time ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels and motels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. An Occidental eatery
I think that's the word.
I think so.
3 days ago.
Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
Perspiring maybe, but aspiring?
Told you to get those cold sweats under control.
Ooh, good self-burn there.
It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied.
That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place.
So when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery, a gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on. Let me clarify something here. While I did pick up the gun I found lying on the floor beside the professor after I shot it, I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But
Next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo.
Don't worry, Ryu. Wow, I was going to come up with a completely different name than that. Don't worry, Musuke. You'll have your chance to fight back.
Don't
fucking
worry,
shoot him!
Ryu from Street Fighter. Everything's fine.
Yep. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness.
And then I can shoot him.
Quietly listen to the witness.
If I may confirm one point, waiter,
Have a name?
standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see it before.
I'm adding words.
The same man we see here in court today.
Yes. Without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student.
Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around the table.
What's the matter, Musuke?
That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table.
Really?
And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do?
See.
We're just gonna... Yeah.
The fact that you keep saving over the same file stresses me out.
Safety save too.
Safety save, thank you.
And we'll just go back and forth between those guys.
Yeah,
As God intended.
exactly.
Yep.
I think we should interject.
Oh god.
We'll just go for it.
Alright.
The
Okay, by
music
way.
is
Yeah.
inspiring me.
Yeah.
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection!
Dear me, what are we gonna do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud.
He is just a student.
Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
He's
No,
a
that's impossible.
student.
But I'm sure of what I saw.
Hosanaka-san, is there any chance you've mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy.
No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone.
believe it.
Actually, I have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Let me just see. A sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume.
Vastly inferior to photographs.
Yes, that's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? And the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are.
Not suspicious at all. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now.
Okay, I guess there's something on his actual business card.
I was going to say, yeah, it's the back of his business card.
Wow.
Something certainly seems to have shaken him.
Maybe it's the consumption in his lungs.
Yeah.
Nah, that can't be it. Something else is really eating away at this guy from the inside out.
Oh my god.
Put a mask on at least, dude. Jeez.
Come on, we're in a pandemic here.
So, the court has now heard a persist of the case.
Yes. At the moment, the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Cut and dry, some might say. Defendant Naruhodo.
Yes, Your Excellency.
If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words,
What the fuck did I just say?
In other words, you might have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of this case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the time of at the scene of the crime. In the empty restaurant that
In the
just had
completely
two
empty
people.
restaurant where no one else was.
What do you think I should do, Kazuma?
what do you mean?
Maybe you should learn to think for yourself, huh?
Nani, they might say. Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or the other, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence?
That glare. I felt that glare. I give that glare.
Everyone keeps telling me this trial's unusual. About these cooley-loos. You said it, Professor Miko. Well, you said it, kind of. Professor Mikochpa said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this.
As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it?
What?
If the accused is in fact innocent, then defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself?
Oh, Dom's back there. No,
No,
he's not.
yeah.
I just read the same section of the book today.
The battle hasn't even begun yet, Yunosuke.
Oh.
The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency.
The look on Ryunosuke's face.
Yeah.
Great. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is.
We got a point, ladies and gentlemen. We got a point.
Got the point.
Point.
But now that's the origin story of the objection point.
Indeed.
Kazuma Asagi is the first point.
Yeah.
Prosecutor Ouchi, please continue with proceedings.
Well, you've been warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be.
I could be your angle or your devil.
I'm just a nice guy, is I guess what I'm trying to say. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever.
Are you gonna kill me?
Are you gonna stab me with that fan?
Prosecution call this next witness.
Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Look at
Oh
these guys.
my god.
Witnesses. What the fuck is wrong with both of you? Kindly state your name and occupations for the courts.
Do you want to take
you too.
Do you want to take the military man?
Sure. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon. Nippon.
Nippon.
Imperial Army Sergeant Iesa Nosa, reporting for duty, sir.
Wow. Yes sir, no sir.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Myself, and requires a permit to find source of antiquity from the Flores Formation people and conduct my trade from Rasutake. This in the just Curio or
Curio.
Curio. I saw that as an A. Curio Korakuta at your service.
Curio.
Yeah.
Because he runs a curio shop.
Because he's a curious person.
An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
This
OTP.
is probably the most handsome judge we've had.
Yeah. Tom was saying that there's 3 different judges. So I'll be interested to see.
Okay.
But I like this guy's look.
We have a solid daddy so far.
Yeah.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
And then forgot about.
When did the waiter mention that?
Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business.
I can't understand a word that old man's saying.
He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at Le Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and try to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets Le Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele.
Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Are you saying he's a pitcher, not a catcher?
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. Was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded the firearm, sir?
This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last
It sounded like a baby crying. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead.
Yeah.
Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable?
If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start.
I could tell from your sweating and beady eyes.
Now the court will
Hey.
hear your formal testimony, please.
Don't go dissing on my beady eyes.
You were looking
State
around.
everything
for
you
the
saw at
echoes
the
to a
precise
wall.
moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Stand. Huh?
It's a baby crying.
Oh, it's
It's
like
tied
he's
to
got
his
it.
back.
Yeah, he's got it like tied behind his back or something.
He does.
Standing by, ready to report, sir.
Unsavory memories of a most
Saber.
acerbic afternoon. Sorry, I think I had a little mental break there.
Had a little brain
Uh,
hiccup.
Speaking of which, you guys want to take a quick break to go grab some water and stuff?
Liquid.
Sure.
Because we're talking a lot.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, quick break. Just gotta pee.
What happened with saw?
It was a pun, and I can't remember what it was.
I'm
It
back.
was yes or no sir, but like
His name was Nosa.
no
Yes.
sir.
Yes
Yeah.
or no, sir?
Yeah. He somehow looks like an amalgam of every fighting game character. Like every generic, like... He looks like Guile, but he also looks like a little bit like M. Bison. He also looks a little bit like Ryu, and he looks a little bit like a bunch of fighting game characters all sort of mashed together.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And then you have a Legend of Zelda character over there.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I'm actually just gonna real quick plug in my phone, and then it's still all over the desk.
Rip.
What did you spill?
Spindrift. So liquid, but it's not near any of the electronics, luckily.
Ah, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Smart enough to not put liquid right next to things. And I say, and I immediately move my drink.
I don't actually have enough room on my desk to properly space things. So.
We have one of those corner desks, and it's an L shape, so one side's shorter and one side's longer.
Mm.
So the longer side has all this space near no electronics, but
Yeah.
then the shorter side is chock full of electronics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I need to get a bigger desk at some point. The room I'm in actually has like there's this weird slope on the floor in the corner over here.
we've got divots in like all over the floors, just random little divots.
So basically, I've been looking at a variety of desks that are like they're like a corner desk that don't have any thing in the corner. Actually, no feet or anything actually in the corner,
Ah,
so that it can actually
Smart.
go over the slope.
Smart.
I think there are corner desks that can kind of like do sort of the triangle like bracket into the wall.
Yeah.
That might be a thing to look into.
Hmm.
All right. First
All right.
testimony.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Regulation beefsteak.
Yep.
Regulation.
Yeah, regulation beefsteak.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes.
Oh my god.
The baby sound.
The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Wait.
From the
But
back.
you were shot in front.
No,
he was
no,
shot in the
no.
chest.
You shot him in the back.
I
Well,
wonder if we're going to present evidence.
I don't know, but I enjoy piecing these things together as they happen.
Oh, no.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
My precocious curio.
I was on my hands and knees underneath the table. Don't question it.
Don't worry about it. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim? Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I have a knife.
What do you have there?
I'll stab you with this, you little punk. What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day with a knife just like this.
Is that a Tonto or something?
Makes you want to stab a fool.
Yes.
No!
But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone.
Is that really true, Nunosuke?
Cosmo, what the fuck?
What the
Yes.
hell, man?
All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor and then shoot it. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, I actually did fucking shoot the gun.
I accidentally shot him.
Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere.
I don't know if Japan has laws about discharging firearms inside of commercial buildings, and if it does, then I guess that criminal is you.
Yeah,
Objection, I'm here to crash.
and somewhere.
Ah, Corbin.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Corbin.
now I gotta turn up the
Yeah.
volume.
Hello, hello.
Hello. I'm
Hello.
crashing. I'm kicking the door in on this one.
Yes,
Do some
absolutely.
voices.
Oh, good. Perfect. I can do that. I can do voices.
Yeah.
Alright. You know what? I'm not liking my voice for the prosecutor, so
Chief, you could be out,
do
Chief.
you want to be Prosecutor Ouchie?
Okay, I'll be Ouchie. I have to see what Ouchie looks like first.
You'll probably see in a bit.
Yep.
Okay.
Sum up, we're on trial.
Hey, welcome
Our
back.
best-
Corbin. Corbin's here now.
Yes, I'm here now.
The gang's all here.
To sum up, we're on trial for the murder of legally distinct Professor Watson.
Yep.
Our best friend was supposed to defend us, but we said we would defend ourselves because he wouldn't get to go on his trip abroad if
I
he lost
see.
the case. He was shot in the chest, and military man is claiming that he was shot in the back.
Shot in the
I
back by the
see.
cowardly weasel is who?
And the old man has a knife for
Yeah,
some
the old
reason.
man. Yeah, the old
Yeah.
man's got a.
What you got there?
No!
No.
That's basically it so far.
Oh.
Alright.
And somewhere in these two testimonies is something. I totally
There
didn't
is.
read that line.
I think good argument, sorry.
There is something there.
There's something there.
Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses.
Cross-examine?
Do it now.
Stop shouting that at me.
Here's Ouchie.
Oh, I see. We have heard, Your Excellency. There's no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it's my grave duty to declare the verdict of this...
Yes!
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Raise my hand because I'm still a student.
What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
I am, the defense, demands its right to a cross-examination.
I love his eyes.
Dear me, dear me.
Are you watching Phil's stream? Or are you looking at the
I
stream
think he
in
tuned
Discord,
into
by
the
way?
Discord stream.
I am on both.
Okay,
Oh,
the Discord one probably has the least,
Latency, yes.
lag.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I just forgot I was reading lines. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
Prosecution objects! This is a clear waste of time! The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant, and I agree he is not capable. I mean, you got it, sweetie, you can do this.
Cosm is so commanding.
Oh god. The tension between these two.
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses.
Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But, oh, that's you.
I don't even know what I got to do in a cross-examination.
Cross-examine.
Isn't it obvious? You have to cross-examine. You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements.
How? He's lying.
You didn't fire a gun, which means what that soldier said had to be a lie.
Well, yes, but
It's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence.
right, evidence.
That thing I used my HUD to get to. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Jesus. Now let's begin. Don't let them beat you.
I was gonna say this is the reason why you don't represent yourself in court, kids.
You know,
You probably also shouldn't be bringing a fucking sword to court, but you know that's.
It is Japan. They all got swords.
I mean, the old guy has a knife, so...
I think the sword is actually part of their school uniform. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. They are not accredited lawyers. They are second-year students.
I see.
Well, Kazuma is
There are
apparently actually
almost
a
no
lawyer.
lawyers in Japan,
That's
apparently.
I see.
alright.
Law.
Oh. What a dweeb! He
I
slaps
love this guy.
the wet slap. The wet slap, and then like the look like, what did I just slap?
Alright then, it's all or nothing.
Cross-examination.
I love the cross-examination music.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a technical discussion with the old man.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes, you were.
Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique?
I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask.
Just ask about anything that catches your attention, anything that bothers you.
All right then. This beef steak you mentioned. What kind of food is that?
It's a beefsteak. Beefsteak is delicious cut of veal vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot.
Oh,
If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet.
Baby on your back.
yeah, we keep hearing baby noises, so we assume there's a baby on his back. We can't prove it though. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of that?
Oh my god.
Shut! Cutlet
I
is a
see we're
delicious cut of
using-
veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep-fried cooking oil. What was that, Corbin?
I see we're using the Chewbacca defense here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The baby! Upset? No. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it!
Ask it for your last meal, you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm the double sir.
Good.
Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case?
Oops. Sorry. I'll do my best. So, next question. It's just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah noise?
Negative!
Well, at least we've learned he's a big beef. Whoa.
My.
Oh my.
My new screen name.
Affirmative.
It's not easy knowing what questions to ask.
Oh, Chivo.
Yeah,
Did you have any Chico?
I can't read what it says, but...
It's a crime presser.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of particularly fine girls and curio to the military gentlemen.
Yes!
Yes, you were. I have no idea what you're talking about.
A Koban boy.
Koban? You mean an old Edo coin?
The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoei period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with said item secreted in my bosom pocket in the hope of an affluent. Why do I get the one with the words?
Cognizant.
Cognizant appraised of its indisputable value being present. I sound like a real know-it-all.
So, you were hoping to sell your Koban coin to Sergeant Nosa, who you met at the restaurant?
Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You are about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Isn't that so?
Well...
You little upstart cadet! You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination!
Not in the military, sir.
No, I didn't say anything. Although, penniless might just be the word I was looking for.
In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon.
The most fucked up way to say it was the afternoon.
there remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. I'm a real discourse fiend.
It's still you.
The gentleman beside me who was grappling with his braved beetle at the time was my sole advisor.
I see.
It's a beefsteak! At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes.
Yes!
All of the... Why does it have, like, first-person shooter controls? It's WASD, Q, E, and R. So you're
You gotta
saying
reload your questions.
that you actually saw me at that time. I'm gonna use a controller next time.
Affirmative! I saw you! Laughing, cackling, like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian.
Wow, that's impossible!
I only...
Allow me to confirm just one point, please.
What's that, Private?
Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table.
And so what if it was?
Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun.
Ah! And double R! My sixth sense.
With Bruce Willis? Sorry?
My sixth sense of danger!
Your Honor, objection. This presumes that the defense has seen a movie that won't be coming out for probably a good couple hundred years.
No spoilers, please.
How do you know it won't be coming out? How do you know? Unless you know too.
I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. Which means... a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, Cadet.
Surely that's not really possible, is it?
I don't know, your friend has a
You think I'd have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son?
Well,
Oh yeah, his magical billowing headband.
Yep.
It billows
That's
with
the
his
hero
aura.
wind right there.
it would seem this soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed.
This is not good.
The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. And from the back, that cowardly little weasel.
I think this is the statement we need to present to, but I will press it just in case.
Yes, because I know sometimes it's weird where you have to press first and then present.
So this black uniformed university cadet, you're saying that was...
Ah! I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet. Who else do you see around here in black uniform,
Well, there is somebody standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but...
It was you, you little weasel. You unloaded the firearm on that man. From behind his back! Call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon? You disgust me.
Oh my god, the moment of realization of his face.
It's like, wait a minute.
Wait.
That's such... I want that as a reaction gift.
Yeah, it's
What
really
is it?
good.
I'm not quite sure. It's something the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing in my mind. It's Plastic Love by Miria Takeuchi.
In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record. And if you find an inconsistency there with what the witness just said, then Don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust it in the witness's face and make him choke on it. Why did he start to unsheath his sword?
Because he wants to stab someone in the mouth.
Do you want to comment on the old man on his hands and knees?
Do we?
Maybe we just present the evidence.
Your Honor,
Let's
I would
sit
like
back and-
to object to the point of how much
Yes!
Oh, dang, I pressed again.
the,
Okay.
Alright, it's just...
You and your sauce, cadet!
You saucy boy, you
You
saucy...
gotta stop getting your sauce all over me.
My
Get your sauce.
court
Shove it in his
case
face
is
and
getting
then
far
chew
too
on it.
lewd.
God. He likes his beefsteak, alright?
Well, we learned he is a beef lover.
I'm a big beef lover, what can I say?
Alright.
The image.
I
wonder if
No,
you-
it's probably this one because it says to the chest.
No, but that photo, go back to the photo.
The photo
Yeah, I
also
guess
says
photo
from
does
the front.
Shows he was
Yeah.
shot from the front.
Yeah,
It says
I
it in the
think-
description. It's that one.
Okay, if it says in front, then yeah.
Yeah. I do think you are going to have to do that little mini game of like press the bright spot.
He's such a wiener.
But
He's such a wiener.
I mean,
love
I
him.
gotta be honest, if I was having to represent myself in court on a murder charge, I probably would be pretty fucking freaked out too.
Yeah.
He chose this. He
Yeah, no.
chose to represent
That is
himself.
true. Yeah, that
This
is
sort
true.
of this
Don't
is what
do
it would
that.
be like.
His friend
Phoenix.
was supposed to do it, but then he was like, "No, you could lose out on your opportunity to just study abroad, so I have to."
Just for the record, children, don't represent.
do
Don't do that. It's a bad idea.
Terrible
Even if you
idea.
have a lawyer literally feeding you what to do, it's still a bad idea.
Yeah, do not do that.
Yeah, this is
Especially
what
on a murder charge.
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright would have been like this if his first trial was him as the murderer.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that was exactly what happened, but he wasn't. That was before he became a lawyer.
Right.
What are you playing at, cadet? What's the meaning of this subordination? Start taking some photographic print in my mustache?
In inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here.
You gotta learn how to slap better, son.
What nonsense. Oh, what can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that, I don't know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
Oh boy. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency. There is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
Ah, this is so frustrating.
Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Yes, I love this song.
Oh, Samurai with a Mission is like the best track. Cosimo, what?
You talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at this photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Sergeant, yes, sir, no, sir.
Yes, sir, what, sir?
The statement you made just now was this. That's exactly what was written there. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that just can't be.
Oh, why not, cadet?
Because.
Take a close look at the print.
I just love the because where it's like, help.
Help.
Because.
You were supposed to jump in on the first because.
Yeah.
The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
Why'd I say that? Oh, that's your luck.
Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it?
What the? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again.
Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here.
Good thing I didn't open my eyes just now.
Good thing I had my eyes closed this whole time. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Did his eye just twist?
The baby.
Till the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious Le Carnival steak, sir.
The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Ayesa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom.
Oh shit.
Shots fired.
Another Chivo.
Inconsistency seer. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial,
A turntable turnabout.
Turnip.
just from this one discrepancy. Did you see his model like slowly turn a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what being an ace attorney, title drop, is all about.
But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, who was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
I was!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor.
And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either?
Myself? I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy. On the floor.
Under the table.
Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing?
Don't make me spell it out, little boy. I was hunting for treasure, if you catch my drift.
I too am a big beef lover.
Honor objection.
Treasure? Jeez! You're gonna break it and then, like, use it like a weapon. Indeed, the Hoenn and Koban, my prized toy. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest in my shop, Sutai.
Habitude really does remind me of Red White from the first game.
Yeah.
Quietude. In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
On the day under scrutiny, it was the military man that offered my voyage. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find, not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more, simply vanished.
The Koban vanished?
Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoenn treasure. Nothing but just a quick. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoenn Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. I love that look over and like, yeah, no, so it's you.
As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now.
Excuse me, sorry, I was taking a drink of water.
Yeah.
What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back door.
Is that some kind of euphemism?
Wolf's at my back door.
My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, become abundantly clear that there is only one person who possibly could have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhito.
What?
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he?
Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. We will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
Clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Waiting signal to testify, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think.
Affirmative. The newest member of the Norse family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name? Ido.
I don't know, sir.
I don't know. See?
Yeah. That's great. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Wow, Kazuma.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh no. Tisha! Your father's about to call the enemy.
boy.
Watch and learn, my boy. Wow.
What a devoting father. Devoting.
The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the farm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Sure. Yeah. As young as the foreign man he was, that young man. That much I myself didn't see. Ooh.
Funny joke.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. These testimonies are certainly...
Yes!
Yes, they are.
They are.
Wait, that's nonsense. Including the part I just said. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Sorry, I was looking at the picture.
Yeah.
This a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Counsel?
We'll probably get it in the court record in a second, actually. Oh, no, we'll just get it good.
It's a beefsteak.
Yes.
Beefsteak.
Is Prosecutor Ouchie?
Oh, sorry. Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. I was looking at the picture that time. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly,
bottle
based
of
on
wine
the
for
appearance
one
of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
Damn it, I guess that woman wasn't a big beef lover.
Oh my god.
It doesn't make any sense.
Court will add this new photographic evidence to the record.
A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen on the victim's table.
Definitely not a bottle of wine.
Corked carbonated water.
Interesting.
This isn't a translation thing. In the Japanese version, they're always careful to refer to bottles of wine as grape juice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know why they do this. One of the games was rated M and they still did it.
Lol.
I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that no one else saw that woman.
The waiter before us said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well.
But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him.
It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt.
Very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsuchi Ouchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor.
Yeah, he does that pose too. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule.
Thank you, God.
I assume it's Cosima.
Okay, stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet.
What?
If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination.
Another one.
I don't know, Cosima.
The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood?
World can be so unbending at times.
I've hugged so many times.
Game doesn't have as much of an issue with alcohol, says Dom.
Yeah, I saw that.
Interesting.
I wonder if it's a modern game versus a older, or versus a game set in like ancient times.
Maybe I didn't see the precise moment. It's almost the same.
Yes!
Yes,
I'm glad you agree.
No! It's not the same thing at all.
Why'd you say yes?
At first start, I didn't fire that gun.
We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet.
That was a fun Freudian slip.
I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. So there you have it. Kinda apples and oranges here.
You know?
Have what?
Shut! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman.
I think that says it all, don't you? And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korakuta-san?
Yes, pointing this gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
I think maybe we shouldn't have to read the
I was gonna say,
text over.
Yes!
Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
I had just finished drinking my coffee and was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, a gunshot rang in my ears.
Full of events beyond our control, life is.
Okay, Yoda?
yeah, he keeps having Yoda-isms.
Sorry, what do you mean?
In your case, the pistol in the fruit and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Precipitated. That's the word.
Participated this testing predicament.
Yes. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the cobalt from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result.
I don't know if you could say it's equally as testing.
Anyway, the fact remains. Myself, I did see you with pistol in hand standing over the floor.
Wasn't he completely distracted by by trying to find this thing? Didn't he say
You
that?
know, right? Oh,
Yes!
man, that coin better make its way back.
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
As you have been at pains to point out time and again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear.
Wow, rude, Ouchie.
That's unrelated.
I really think I should get it tested, but anyway, and yet no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
If only there had been more people in more people dining there at the time, and someone else would have noticed her.
Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant.
I know. Of course the place was almost empty. That's what you'd expect.
Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. What if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day? Why he was alone? Because he was clearly alone.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
What a clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question.
You guys don't get it, but that's a very deep reference
No?
to a very unliked character.
Interesting.
Oh, lovely.
19th November, noon to past 1 p.m.
The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. Moreover, if I had not presented it, it shouldn't be admissible in court. But, you know, I'll present it anyway.
Dom says classic jokes. I wonder, what do you think, Ryunosuke?
Huh? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really.
Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful.
I suppose I don't know classical Japan law that well, but I don't believe that is the case in modern law. Anyway!
As one of the 9 lawyers in Japan right now, I demand to be submitted.
Yes!
I bet he just raises his hand every time.
Every time.
If I may, I'd like to ask that the medical record card be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
You're using it in court?
These ones.
The grounds we're standing on.
The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
I agree. Against
Whether
myself.
or not they are a concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence.
Very well, the court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. Man,
God.
fucking
Big.
deep.
Wow. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record.
Now,
What
however,
we need right now is new clues. Does anyone know Blue?
I do know Steve. He's real cool.
Nothing, no way to like zoom in on it or anything.
No, not even the map that was on the business card.
I think we can do that, yeah. Let me
We have
check.
to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. So I think if we can,
Yeah, we can space examine that.
If you magnifying glass, you can see actually the writing from the other side, which includes like the flower.
Is this? Yeah, this is written on the back of the medical card, isn't it?
It might be. He said it was the back of his business card, but he does have sickness, so it's possible.
Okay, so the design is horizontal characters, and this one is.
If you can zoom in on like one of the, it might be able to trigger something.
No, it won't trigger anything. It looks like, okay, this doesn't look like the same thing. It's got a, alright, there is a Sakura flower there in the corner.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can tell, but the characters are aligned vertically here, so it's not the same card.
Oh wow, I'm not seeing any of that at all.
No, neither am
on the
I.
Discord
Oh,
stream.
yeah.
I just looked over at your actual stream to see.
Yeah, no.
Yep,
They'll let you flip it later. Okay.
Your Honor, the defense seems to be hiding evidence from us.
The defense is trying to speed run the game now.
It's evidence, but you can't flip it over. Like, for some reason, it's just like glued to the table. It's like, can I flip this over? No.
No, the other
The
side
waiter
isn't
just, like-
evidence. Are you insane?
The waiter slapped it on the desk and no one's moved it.
Yeah.
Magnifying glasses for game feel. Makes sense.
Right, I hear you.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt, even though it's been apparently proven that one of these witnesses is entirely unreliable. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korokuta-san.
I mean, so far this one it's unreliable. He just
Well, he's unreliable, and he hasn't witnessed anything.
he witnessed you holding a gun.
Right.
That is it.
That's it. That's all.
Well, he said he saw you holding the gun, but he also said that nothing distracted him from looking for the coin.
Yes!
So, you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in.
Well, that's not suspicious.
Yeah.
Well, the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. It's not like someone could have just been sitting with him without eating or anything, as can clearly be seen. There's only a single beefsteak on the victim's table, a meal for one.
Oh, it's actually one of those places where they have like the special,
sling.
yeah, the special like hot skillet that they put into the wood.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Was this an Outback?
Well, I will say, for my investigative mind, what seems to come up to me as well, nothing is said about the fact that Korokuta-san actually ordered anything to eat, so their table could have looked exactly the fucking
Yeah, I
same.
mean, this could have been the table
Right.
that Iesunoso was at.
I know, didn't he say that he always goes for tea specifically?
Yeah, he did.
So he had no beef, and then the other guy said what he ordered. Yeah, because he goes for tea to go to try to, like, peddle shit.
Yeah.
No.
I may have missed that part of the investigation.
Yeah, I think he did.
I don't remember when it was said anymore.
The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying.
But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea.
Do you like my impression of you, Cousin?
Listen,
I'm working on it.
it was great.
Not the right time to bust it out, I'm sure, but alright.
It was only you. You're the only option.
For now.
Sure, I'll feel very satisfied when we unravel this. I agree, Dom.
Why aren't you telling the truth?
What do you mean? What did you say, Cadet?
Clearly remember. One more time, with feeling. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed.
Too interested in steak.
But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion? Not possible.
Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone.
Sorry?
The waiter, remember, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly
That was
stated
like-
the same thing.
10 minutes ago.
Also said that the victim was alone.
That's right.
Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
But I...
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of this court's time.
Nothing I can say to that.
Excellent work, Ryunosuke. I mean, you're assuredly going to be found guilty. But good job, anyway. You've gleaned some new information now.
Oh, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light.
Wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before.
Are you gonna show me the secret technique of turning cards around?
Yeah, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail.
But how exactly?
With our eyes.
Use your eyes, man.
You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine.
We were ahead of the game.
Press space and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use to...
Cosmo, are you okay?
Your Honor, it seems like the defense's friend is having a stroke.
Oh, that's how you rotate. You can probably do that with the card now, too.
I'm gonna wait for him to finish talking.
By using WASD.
WASD and the arrow keys.
Your Honor, I still am not aware of this magical spells the defendant's friend is seemingly spelling out.
I probably
Said something
should
about a crosshair.
Yeah. Crosshairs.
Pulsating.
Not a good idea when I'm going to be.
Your Honor, the defense is making my crosshairs start to pulsate.
So, partner, as we learned in our English class, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail.
That's the impression I get right now. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Ryunosuke seems to be turning into Morty a little bit.
The problem is, okay, so like I'm treating him like Phoenix Wright, where there are like 3 modes, which is kind of like mildly annoyed, but never brave enough to like make comebacks that aren't in your own head. So like just kind of mildly like, okay, and kind of sarcastic. Flailing about and just flustered as all heck, which is where the Morty comes in. And then brash and brazenly overconfident. Like an absolute like smug little shit. Usually he ping-pongs between Morty and brazenly overconfident, but he hasn't had the overconfident yet. Because he hasn't had a single victory. Alright. Yeah, I was just gonna take me into this green.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. I think this violates some doctor-patient confidentiality. But
He's dead now.
yeah, well, those are his patients. Ah, there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia.
Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out?
It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief.
Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Oh, it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain.
Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well.
Well, that's the funny part, Rinosuke. There isn't.
Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure.
It was
until
his side of the table that had nothing.
Oh, there we
Until
go.
anesthetic effects have...
Really?
Sounds like information worth bearing in mind.
There we go.
Day of the murder, the victim, yeah. It's new information. The meaning of that one particular statement totally changes.
There has to be two people now.
So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you?
After all, he's a doctor. He wouldn't do something stupid like that. Doctors are all universally smart people who don't make dumb decisions ever.
And everyone knows when you get a perm, you can't get your hair wet for 24 hours after it happens.
I mean, look, either side here is conjecture of just assuming that, like, one person at the table might not be, and then the other side is like, because of this.
Okay,
But
so,
which statement? It's always...
This one?
yeah, there's nothing that specifically mentions the food.
Well, the second one from the old man says he was dining by
That's a
himself.
wow.
Yeah, I think that's the only one that kind of makes sense.
Yep.
Alright. Well, just for safety.
Oh yes, save.
Good old panic save.
The coward's way.
Your Honor, objection. The defense is using time travel.
The defense is safe, coming.
I'm going to systematically present every piece of evidence to every statement until I win, and you just sit right there. Oh, no, don't want that.
Yes!
Yeah! He's so adorable.
Yeah.
Well, I think,
What are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could.
But I'm not licensed.
But first and foremost here, I'm the accused.
Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it.
Thanks, Kazuma.
I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, like a student, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was that you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking.
Maybe not great law advice there.
Alright, and thanks for the advice.
Just say whatever comes to your mind, man.
You're a piece of shit! Oh, sorry, did that come out?
Korakuda-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim.
I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up.
Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
but that's,
Use your words.
Remember, Ryunosuke, use your words. You don't have to use clever language. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. This is surely no need to prolong this trial further. Witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. Not exactly, but this medical report card has no bearing on that matter at all. Simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could possibly
That auto changed, I promise.
yeah, not press that.
But
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case?
He did a firm slap.
Do you really believe that?
It isn't a wet slap anymore.
that outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hata Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
Dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Other than, teeth?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating.
Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? And orders not to eat, so what?
It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't.
Korakuta-san,
What, boy? What?
as you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No.
Additionally,
There's more?
you have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case, because the victim, as we now know, just had one of his teeth extracted and was experiencing the side effects of the anesthetic.
Perfectly done, Carter.
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. Uh-oh. Wait, maybe don't look at it.
Wait.
Never mind.
Every time I look at that photograph, it makes me laugh.
You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
Damn.
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned.
Oh my god.
Am I
You're-
right?
Objection to this terrible pun. Friend.
Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke?
Yes, most definitely.
So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak?
Beefsteak. I like that they don't just call it steak, it's beefsteak.
The court will
I
hear
don't
the
think
opinion.
cows are native to Japan, so
Yeah.
this is all weird.
The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel?
Council. Oh, that means me, doesn't it?
Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of.
Meat, sir. Beef, to be precise.
I'm made of meat!
The person eating the steak at this victim's table
It must have been me!
No.
Uh,
Yeah.
There's no way I can't.
Yeah.
Not to prolong it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could blame the two witnesses, but I definitely want it to be me.
oh boy. Yes, me.
I think it may have been me.
Idiot. Okay, it's not enough that you took the man's life, but you took his meal as well? That's a bee sting on a crying face. Some people seem to think they can do whatever they like.
And some people seem to think they can say whatever they like. Ryunosuke.
You said you just say
what
what's
the
in your
hell?
mind!
I'm sorry, you're right. I didn't need it.
The next time you make a quip like that, I'll make you eat your words with my samurai sword that I have in my hip.
I'll inscribe your words into the sword and then shove it in your mouth.
Nah.
Then you'll
Damn.
be needing some dental surgery yourself.
Alright, I get the message.
Kidding, Your Honor.
The victim himself.
We were just going over this. It
We
can't.
just said it was him, though.
Obviously, it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection again. You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
There was, because I saw her.
When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable.
That much is clear.
Yes. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we
I'll
will
take
lodge
out
a
my
formal. I will murder everyone here.
And then myself.
I will murder everyone here, including Ryunosuke.
I will murder Ryunosuke right here in front of all of you.
We will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly.
Cosma,
Are you insane?
Certifiably.
You would take on the government.
Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have issue with them, those two witnesses in the stand. What?
What are you talking about?
We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury.
Perjury?
And, since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing.
Complicit in murder? No!
And you'll change your tune now, boys.
Negative! There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting.
Tactical meeting, you said.
I was just following orders.
Oh, well.
Well, that's something that's held up in court real well.
That's right, as it says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told. Ah, crap, I'm gonna die now.
Ah, shit, that kid's gonna murder me with his sword now.
Oh,
What? What did you just say, Korakuta-san?
look at this face. It's very nice.
Yes, fancy face.
You were just following orders?
Now hold on, Matt. I was, say you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? That was a big jump there.
What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all of this? These witnesses gave false statements. Is this true, you pair?
Just one simple slip of the tongue! Order! Council, explain what's going on here.
It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. Prosecution knows nothing of this.
Sure, Jan.
Where did you find this?
The wet slab.
Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
Oh my god, the baby. That's classified!
So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to the murder, are you?
You wouldn't. This can't be happening.
You know, Stan. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about it, despite his sweating profusely.
What are you saying?
Look, I have a glandular problem, okay?
I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose.
Well, any ideas about who might be behind this?
The government, military, police, industrial complex?
Oh my god, we're getting into Metal Gear.
If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit.
So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make these witnesses keep their mouths shut.
Of course, we'll need more evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here.
I realized that giving you Kazuma probably gave you the most lines in the case.
We anticipated the opposite, but yes, I realize it was.
But how? How could we possibly?
Remember how we made progress before?
Or
We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as
oh yes, that's right.
well. That's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. Maybe that suspicious thing.
The
I
thing.
want
The
answers.
thing.
If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait, Your Excellency! I had no idea about any of this! I swear to every Shinto god! I knew nothing!
What does the defense have to say about all this?
Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout the first name that comes into my head.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. That's not how you should do this.
Dear.
Aside from the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is...
I think we know.
So, Cosma's mentor. He's a professor. He's an authority on forensic medicine. I don't know that that necessarily gives him the influence.
No. We know it can't be him. I feel like the very attractive waiter who's very sickly.
The head waiter?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think he was actually the head waiter though, because we haven't looked at the back of his business card.
Oh, yeah.
Because he said that's his business card. He might be something else.
I think the European dress is supposed to, like, I know he's dressed that way and it's like, oh, I work at the restaurant.
Right.
But he might just actually be foreign.
Yeah.
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san.
Asanaga-san? Waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
Poppycock!
That's not the
Don't
name
call
I
me
said.
that.
That's a different name.
What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. I'm kind of sending myself up the river here, but...
For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter.
What? If he were truly...
Come on, Ryunosuke. It's time to hit this court with the truth.
Hit this court with the truth!
Yeah, take that truth and take it to the hoop.
Alright.
Alright.
His map.
Can you examine it first and flip it over? Chief Inspector.
Oh,
Crime
wow!
Criminal
Wow, you
Investigation Division.
dingbat! Why would you... Oh...
And we just thought to
Show
look
the
at this
truth where
now?
the sun don't shine. Yeah.
Earlier in the case, he gave us this, he's like, I wrote a map for you. And then they were like, alright, submit it into evidence. And he's like, why? Why?
Yes,
I just wanted to show you my map I drew.
Dingbat!
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Not sure what this is supposed to prove, Counsel.
I think, Your Excellency, that what this proves is not the true nature of the waiter, but the true nature of the accused.
Sorry? Oh, did I have to, like, actually do a whole thing first?
Possibly.
You might
A
have.
blackguard who would stoop to presenting irrelevant evidence to incriminate an innocent man. That is the true nature of this rookie. Wag.
Try again. Go over all the evidence we have one more time.
Alright.
I mean, it's pretty definitive, I think, from that, but...
Yeah, but people have to look at it.
There you go.
Well, that's unexpected.
We're in business now.
I presented the map, but no one bothered to flip it over.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is?
Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Sakura Hosonaga?
Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point.
It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title.
His job? Oh. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. It is kind of weird that a waiter had a business card.
A
Yeah.
bit.
Inspector, what on earth?
I have no idea. But let's face it, police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here,
The waiter's business and card information has been updated.
okay, and now with the updated
There we
information,
go.
We're just gonna finish this dialogue. Yep.
yep,
Uh-huh. I'm sure of it too.
yep, I'm sure of it.
We just went over it.
Yep, I'm
Yep.
happy with the truth. Truth on its way.
Here comes the truth.
Oh, from downtown. It's the truth.
Yes!
Plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything.
Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest.
I beg your pardon?
Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is.
Oh boy.
God, the judge is just like, are you okay?
Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say?
Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession.
The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Good gracious!
That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau, Special Victims Unit. That's the wrong one. It's the
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
Why didn't you flip over the cards?
Well, that side wasn't presented as evidence.
Yeah.
Only one side.
Evidence has one side. A front. Sometimes it's a back.
Sometimes it's the back front.
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there at the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene?
Well...
Inspector Hosonaga.
But
I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility.
We've already seen this. I remember it like it was yesterday. Yes, I remember it now.
Forgot it completely before.
He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his completely normal waiter business card that all waiters have.
I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter?
Oh my god.
Ah, of course, your
Oh my
salary
God.
must
I
be
was working
Yes.
undercover, you stupid idiot.
Oh.
This track is great, by the way.
Oh yeah. I like that Ryunosuke was like, of course, his salary.
Undercover. I'm a
Yes.
college student. I don't know what salaries are.
There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover.
Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents?
Peculiar incidents. That would be classified police information, which I'm not at liberty to divulge.
I imagine there will be details of this case that come back later.
However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide.
Well, if nothing else, this case is definitely getting thrown out.
Yep.
Yep.
Very well then, Inspector Osanaga. Will you elaborate on one point for the court? Of course, Your Excellency. We've just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I'm led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency.
Unbelievable.
As I suspected.
As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair. Beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman.
So, the truth comes out.
I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders.
Special orders? I guess as a waiter, that makes sense.
Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those are my orders.
But what if this Englishwoman was the killer?
I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea.
Are you threatening me with violence?
The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. They name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question.
So that's the reason for the disappearance of the phantom woman in this case.
But it's not right.
One possibility does spring to mind.
What do you mean, Cosma?
Umaya University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them is studying in the medical faculty's research lab. Is a young English woman.
What?
You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour.
You mean?
When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
I really thought for a second he flipped off the judge.
Fuck you, Judge. The English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett.
What is the pun here?
And I'm trying to figure it out. I don't think I can.
Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett?
Brat? I don't know.
Brett?
Jezebel Brat.
Yep.
She's indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of UMA University's medical faculty.
What is happening here?
I think we all want to know this.
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, we've now discovered that this premise is false. It would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
But Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom.
Good for you, Judge.
Inspector Osanaga? Yes, sir?
I appreciate the difference you've given these two. Considering you've been talking back and forth with yourself for a little bit.
I'm doing my best. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
So it won't be a problem?
Nothing will get in my way. Except for maybe this tuberculosis I have. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your Excellency.
Squidward, when'd you get here?
He's kind of gone very Squidwardy.
He's become very pathetic on the back half of this trial.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Good old tuberculosis.
Good old tuberculosis.
Hey, you guys got a bot in your chat room. It's asking if you want to be famous.
I know.
I want to be famous. Thank you, bot.
Bunch of them bots.
I realized I'm not actually I don't have moderator rights on my account, and I realized that afterwards. I'm like, I'm not gonna stop this, so I couldn't.
Ah!
But
Whatever. Do we want to try to finish out this?
Sarah, do we want to call it here? How long have we been streaming for, even?
About 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
We can either call it here or.
I will
just
leave
make
that
plans
to
do
your
it another time.
discretion.
I arrived in time to be Squidward attorney.
Yes. I think after 3 hours, we're
Yeah, it's a bit of a tiring game to play.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Alright.
Voicing it the whole time too can, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair.
All right, I think this is a very good place to leave it off then.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
And
Sounds
next
good.
time we'll probably
Now
have
let's
our actual
do-
camera set up.
Yep.
Oh.
Thanks to anyone tuning in,
Yep.
Yeah.
and we'll
My mouse
do this
trained.
again soon, hopefully.
Yep. Have a good night,
Hooray.
everybody.
Good night, Internet.
Good night. Although I might stream some Deathloop now.
I was about to say, do we want to switch over to some bloop there, Phil?
Second part is just as long as the
Alright.
first, so it'd be about another 3 hours then. Okay.
We're still streaming on Discord. We gotta stop.
Oh yeah, I should stop the Discord stream.
All right. My stream go down, but we'll be back with Deathloop soon, probably.
I'll be streaming too,
Yeah.
because my internet's working tonight.
Hell
Yeah, Dom said it was for the best. The second part's just as long as the first, so.